What up? What up? It's your boy Left Lane Hip Hop man. I'm back in, man. Listen. I got word of this, and I was really down when I got word of this with Gervonta Davis. Man, because I like Gervonta, man. He from Baltimore. I applaud any brother. I'm a fan of any brother or sister that works their way, out of the hood, gets their family out of the hood, and betters their life, whether it's with their hands, with their brains, with something they invent, that whatever it is, stardom, basketball, athleticism. It's so we as a people have started behind enemy lines, and we fought our way into position through life. We endured so much, and to excel at a craft, no matter what the craft is, and to be successful, to get your family and yourself in the position, to acquire wealth. um, I applaud anybody because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is. I'm nowhere near these brothers. This brother here, his level as far as financially is concerned, but I feel as though I made it out the hood. I made it. You know what I mean? I made it. I live in a 5-bedroom house and drive a Range Rover and different things. A couple motorcycles, and I'm not saying that to brag in any kind of way whatsoever. I'm nothing. You know what I mean? I'm nothing compared to these brothers. You understand? I got a car note on that Range Rover. You understand? But my point is I know how hard it is to get to this point, given where we started. You know how you see the relay races where they pass the baton back and you take the baton and you start. Where we didn't have that. When we got there, it wasn't no baton. You understand? So we had to run the whole race while other parties, other races, they passing the baton on, passing the baton on, passing the baton on as they exceed through the race. We don't get no baton. We gotta run the whole race. You know what I'm saying? And either we win it or we lose it. So I applaud this brother, and it's sad to see what's going on. I didn't even know any of this was even going on with Gervonta. I know he had some issues, but I don't know, man. Let's just get into this video and just see exactly what they talk about here on this news.
Agency manhunt. World Live, a boxing superstar at the center of a multi-agency manhunt. World lightweight champion Gervonta TANK Davis is wanted on multiple charges, accused of domestic violence in Miami Gardens. And this is not his first run-in with the law. Good evening, I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Jim Berry. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is your reporter live in Miami Gardens with the allegations against Davis. Chelsea.
And guys, this happened back in October, according to Miami Gardens Police Department. The ex-girlfriend told officers that Gervonta showed up to her job, which is a gentleman's club in town, and he put his hands on her. And police say that they have surveillance video that corroborates those claims.
Gervonta TANK Davis.
Most people know him as a world champion boxer, but now there's a warrant out for his arrest.
On the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping.
The victim told Miami Gardens police Davis showed up to her job at a Miami Gardens gentleman's club on October 27th.
The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other.
Police say he then forced her down the steps into a parking garage. That's where the victim says Tank let her go and she ran away. She reported it 2 days later.
She has known Mr. Davis since 2022, and they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months, which ended about a month prior to the incident.
Both fighters knockout artists, both of them undefeated.
In July 2025, 3 months before this alleged incident, the boxer was arrested on a battery charge, accused of assaulting the mother of his children on Father's Day. This is video of him not speaking to cameras when he was released from TGK.
Charges got dropped.
The charges were dropped. In 2023, he was charged with battery, accused of slapping a woman. Florida prosecutors dropped that charge after the victim said she did not wish to proceed. In 2020, he turned himself in after this video that appears to show him grabbing the mother of his child out of her seat at a charity boxing game.
I want to say I'm a boxer, puncher. I'm definitely explosive.
The United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force is looking for him.
Wow.
The Baltimore Banner reports that Davis told Inside Boxing Live that he had plans to hang up his gloves at the end of last year because he has 2 daughters that he wanted to be softer and more humble for. We have reached out to his attorneys and they have declined to comment. Live in Miami Gardens, I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
Wow, man. Like, the thing is, man, with this, it's sad, man. It's really sad to see, circumstances like this. Um, Man, it's just a bad ordeal all around with this because the brother got so much to lose and at the same time so much to gain, and it's just a shame to see him get putting himself in these predicaments. You know what I mean? It's just a shame to see him putting himself in these predicaments because it's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. It's not like a situation where somebody ran down on him, he defended himself, he hurt this person, now he got a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? Or he was driving, you know what I'm saying, hit somebody and now he's fighting this case or, whatever the case may be. This is something that he putting himself in. And this is a pattern. And now he's on the run, from the law, And this brother is a multi-millionaire superstar boxer. Think about that. Now I know we all got our own demons that we fighting, and we all got issues and things like that. Now in this situation here, they made it sound a little bit worse than what it is. Now you shouldn't be putting your hands on no female whatsoever. You shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. But they made it sound like, it was this kidnapping, and that's what I got a call. It's like, oh, Gervonta kidnapped some woman. I'm like, what? Bro, pulled a James Brown out here? What's going on? Bro, you know what I'm saying? Bro pulled a Rick James? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, say it ain't so. But when I watch this, I'm listening. It doesn't sound like he kidnapped her. It was like he grabbed her up, wanted to try to talk to her. One of them situations, like, hold up, wow, like, talk to me, what's up, and he prevented her to leave so they can talk. He shouldn't have did that either. I get it, she don't want to talk to you, let it go. But it sounds like to me that's more so what it is. If that's the case, I've been kidnapped a million times. You know what I'm saying? Like my lady a few times trying to get out the door. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna talk to me. You gonna talk to me. You know what I mean? So that's what it sounds like to me, other than the grabbing, the hate, you know what I'm saying? But it just sounded like to me that's what it was. But either way, bro, you in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like you're Gervonta Davis. You know what I mean? I know the heart want what the heart want, but bro, you gotta know, you gotta understand your career and where you are and what you have to lose. You got so much to lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just what you got. You got your kids, your family, everybody depending on you. You got so much to lose, man. It's just tough. I remember. Well, again, this ain't not me bragging. It's not even like it's like the greatest vehicle in the world. But I know when I got my Range Rover, which was a dream vehicle that I wanted, I know my brother told me, listen, man, be careful, man, because, be careful where you at, so forth and so on, because somebody run down on you, try and take your truck, try to carjack you, I know you gonna go for it. Like, I know, of course I ride, I ride with my protector with me. And, so you like, man, you got too much to lose. Don't put yourself in these predicaments and, so forth and so on. And man, I understand that. I understand on a much smaller scale, but I understand that. But listen, man, I'm praying for the brother Gervonta, man. Not even necessarily just for him to get through this situation, but man, for him to get his life right, get back in the ring, stay active in the ring, training, things of that nature, man, and just focus on your career. He's a young brother. I know he said he wants to retire, I think at the end of last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was looking at the Jake Paul fight as being his payday to retire. I think that was like a $50 million payday that he was looking at, and I guess he was going to retire off of that. But now we got, because he got to go see Roach. You gotta go see Roach, bro. Like, you know what I mean? No, you got to go see Roach. To be honest with you, I feel like you got to go see Pitbull Cruz. I feel like you got to go and see Pitbull Cruz, bro. He took that fight in 2 week notice and gave you everything you can handle. Everything you can handle. I say you lost the fight, but people say you won. Okay, cool. I say it was at least a draw. But even if it wasn't, Pitbull Cruz pushed you. You know what I mean? All around that ring. The dude had 2 week notice. You understand? That was when he was originally supposed to fight Rolly and Rolly got injured or something, his hand or something in training. But you definitely got to go see Roach because you for sure lost that fight. You for sure lost that fight. For sure, for sure. If we keeping it real, you lost Gervonta lost that fight without the knockdown. To me, Roach won that fight without the knockdown. I feel like it was a 6-4. I mean, maybe I feel like let me see. I'm trying to think of the rounds. I'm not gonna say it was an 8-4. I would say he probably got 7 of the 5 rounds. To me, 7 of the 5 rounds. You know what I mean? If you want to say 7-6. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think, or 7-5. But either way, with that knockdown, I'm trying to think of the fight, how the fight went and how I scored. I actually got my scorecard in the room in there. I'm trying to remember how I scored that fight. But even without that 10-8 round, I still had Roach edging it. But with the 10-8, you got to give it to, because even if you call it a 6-6, Gervonta never got a 10-8. You know what I'm saying? So even if you caught a couple rounds 9-9, I just don't see how he won that fight. So they gotta run that back. You gotta run it back. You gotta run that. Yeah, I don't need the scorecard. You gotta run that back for sure. But anyway, man, listen, man. Much respect to the brother. I hope the brother get it together. Hey, man, listen. I'm still out here working on this whole YouTube thing. It's something that I like doing. It's therapeutic for me. I appreciate it if you like, subscribe. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, if we get to the point once we can monetize, man, it'd be awesome, man. We can do I want to do a lot of things like that, man, because it's more so I want to try to just spark something in the community. There's so many of us out here who are getting paid off of these YouTube videos. People don't have to subscribe. I subscribe to everybody. If you probably subscribe to me, I'll probably subscribe to you back. Just, because now they probably didn't know who you was. But if you subscribe to me, I probably subscribe to you back. Now I know who you are. You understand? And I just feel like where everybody making so much money off of these YouTubes and people subscribing and so forth and so on, paying attention to why. Because, people might watch you, but they ain't got to subscribe. And I feel like, it should be more giving back. I don't see enough giving back. I should see every other day somebody giving off a raffle, somebody giving $1,000, $500, or whatever. Don't get me wrong. This is work. The people do work. They earn it, whatever. I get that. But I just feel like it should be more giving back, man. I see a lot of people be giving super chats and all this, but I rarely ever see these brothers say, hey, yo, I'm the next 5 people that comment, I'm going to give, $200. Things like this. And when I say get to 1,000, I'm not even saying get to a point where I'm making $20,000, $10,000 or whatever. If I just get to 1,000, I'm okay financially. This is not me trying to get rich off of YouTube or make money off of YouTube and all of that. This is just something I actually really enjoy doing. So, man, if you can subscribe, and if you have any suggestions, whether it's equipment, whether it's style, lighting, anything, man, like that, I would appreciate it. And, I would definitely take heed to it. I take heed to the constructive criticism, too. I had a brother comment, and then he said, man, yo, you too old for this. I don't know what he meant. I don't know how old he think I am, but I don't even know what he meant by too old. But, I told him, hey, bro, shout out to you. I probably am. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing nobody can say on here that would upset me or hurt my feelings or nothing like that. So, let it all out. You understand? But anyway, listen, I'm about to jump up out of here, man. Y'all take care of yourselves and be safe out there, all right?